Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. Kind of. Today we're taking a look at a Transformers Energon figure, and it's the Alpha Quintesson, aka Alpha Q. Now, this is a unique figure in the Transformers lines in the fact that it's non-transformable. And when I say that, I don't mean that we have not received Transformers toys that were not transformable. We did have the Action Masters that were in the original G1 line. However, while the robots did not transform, their weapons and their vehicles did. We also had the robot replicas from the Michael Bay films, which I don't count because those were supposed to be movie-accurate replicas on a sideline from the actual toy line itself. So it wasn't part of the main toy line. This figure, however, was part of the Transformers Energon toy line and had a release inside that toy line. It's kind of a weird figure. I passed it a couple times at Target when it first came out, and I kind of regretted it. I ended up getting this figure from a fellow YouTube fan and Transformers fan, Wesley. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. And, I mean, these are starting to get kind of hard to find. I don't see these for sale or trade a lot. I don't think they were that popular of a figure because, well, it's kind of weird and creepy and it doesn't transform. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the details of the figure. To start off with, this figure actually does have a lot of pretty cool gimmicks. Some of them work better than others. The first gimmick, if you notice, there are all kinds of ports on the figure. You can take the weapons and move them around onto different ports. There were the Energon stars that you could plug onto them. I presume you could probably also put minicons onto the figure. It would just kind of give it a weird look, but it's definitely something that you could do. Yeah, the other gimmick that it's got is the weird little flailing, wacky arms. This is a very strange feature, and it works so-so because if you don't have these positioned properly, then they're going to flop around on the ground. This particular figure does have some wear on the rubber from that happening, or it's going to get tangled up into the arms. So you got to have them positioned just right to get that feature to work, which, okay, is what it is. Detail on the figure. Very nice. We'll start with the base. It's molded really, really well. And it's funny because the color of this does not match the character that we had on the show. It is much more like this color, which I don't think he had this base on the show. He really just kind of walked around minus this base. We got these really nice hooks. Really digging that. The other thing is on the back of the figure, we get the same wires going up the spine, which is really, really cool, and it melds really, really well into that base. I think that is a really, really nice feature. It is molded well. The details on this thing is really immaculate. Even where the little ports are at, if you look, they have these little wires that go up to the ports like it's coming out of the figure, and that is pretty impressive. Articulation. It does have articulation, primarily here in the arms. We've got a swing joint with a ball socket. We also have an elbow joint here. Then there is a ball joint here, which is very, very nice. Unfortunately, the claws do not have any joints. we do have these pieces here. These are all on ball joints, and you can move around, and the smaller little hooks are also on ball joints. It kind of has this weird insect kind of vibe to it. I do like the reddish paint on the green. I mean, that looks pretty cool. All the paint apps up here look really, really nice. That is impressive. He does have articulation in the head, this alligator con type head, where this can go up and down, and then also the jaw here can go up and down, so depends on how you want to display it. That's kind of like when he was either sleeping or sulking on the show. And the character on the show was really, really weird to me. He was kind of a creeper. He just sounded creepy. He was very oblique as far as a character of what he was doing on this show. I suppose he was kind of the counterbalance to Unicron. He rebuilt worlds with Energon to counterbalance the destruction of Unicron. Unicron ate his planet, and he lived inside Unicron for a while. And yeah, just a really creepy character. The toy is about the same way. Now, there is one other point of articulation right here, which is cool. I do like that, but I wish they would have put another articulation point in the tail. I think that would have helped out quite a bit. And then the biggest gimmick is he has a button on the back here because, well, he's a Quintesson and he's got faces. So there's one of the face, and they're kind of hard to see, so that was a drawback by the design. And, well, he's got 3 faces, so there's one. There's the orange face, which a lot of people think looks like the death face. Sounded a lot like Starscream. And then there's the green kind of regal face. The one that he's missing, that's the yellow sultan kind of whiny face. The one that he's missing is the blue face with the horns, which was kind of the logical face, I guess. I don't know. It was just kind of strange. I wish they would have had that face on there, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is a very, very different toy. It really looks like it came from a completely different toy line. But it is an official Hasbro Takara figure. There's the stamp on it. And I do like how even on the base of it, all the detail. I mean, they really went all out as far as detail goes on the figure itself. It's a stable figure. It's solid. It's sturdy. It feels... I mean, this thing's well over 10 years old now, and it's still in really good shape, tight joints. It just doesn't feel like a Transformer. It feels like it's from a totally, totally different line. So, to get some close-up shots here, yeah, I mean, it's again, really detailed well. It's got the little gun that has the missile that launches. A lot of people are upset about this because, well, that gun did not exist on the show. But, I mean, it's a toy. It's got to have a gimmick to sell. Again, the faces can be difficult to see. Let's see if we kind of fold it down. You can see the face a little bit better in there. And then, you know, you got your gimmick, which is kind of cool. Interesting. But the details, really, really nice. All right, so here's just a shot along the tail piece down to the base. Looking really cool. And again, that base, I mean... really well done. I'm very impressed with how they got the wires and the molding on there. Very cool stuff, and the fact that the underside of the base has detail. Very impressive. Alright, and finally, as far as detail goes, the wire pieces, like I said, they got these little rubbery wires that still work really well. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be energy, but if you look at the molding, kind of looks like something got cut off, and maybe that's energy just flailing out. I'm not really sure. He also has this little chainsaw, which is interesting. Sure. And then he's got this little vice hook piece that is very similar to the hooks that we see down in the base. So yeah, definitely interesting. For comparison, here's the Alpha Quintesson next to Star Wars Black Series R2-D2. Here's Alpha Q next to Masterpiece Prowl with the Dr. Wu Gatlin upgrade kit. Here he is next to Marvel's Spider-Man 2099. And finally, here he is next to the Year of the Goat Masterpiece Soundwave. As you can tell, this is a significantly large figure. So is the Alpha Quintesson a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? Unless you're a Transformers Energon completist or a Quintesson completist, or you just like weird, strange Transformers toys, this is not something that you're going to really want, I don't think. This is an easy pass for an average Transformers fan. I picked it up because I do like the weird kind of out there figures, and I do like the Quintessons. This is the first and only official Takara Hasbro Quintesson that we've ever received. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's different. You don't see too many of them out there anymore, like I said. It's been 4 or 5 years since I've even seen one of these. They're going for about $20 to $30 at the time of this recording. Anything more than that, I don't know if it's worth it unless you just have to complete that collection. It's definitely an interesting toy. While it doesn't look like something out of a Transformers line, it has held up the test of time. Like I said, the joints are solid. It's a very hefty figure. The wires still work. And, I mean, as far as a toy goes, it does what it does. So there he is, the Alpha Quintesson. If you guys like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. Definitely subscribe to my channel, share my videos. I really do appreciate that. What do you think of the Alpha Quintesson? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Either admire it or berate it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this figure. And as always, look for more videos in the future.